Such wonderful curves wasted on an Autobot.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
Good morning, evening, and/or good night, everybody. I've been gone for... How long have I been gone for? So I've been gone for about 5 months-ish. Not as much as a certain YouTuber that has over 20 million subscribers, but still, a bit of a long break. In that time, I've been doing very important things. I've been walking my dog, drinking coffee, you know, very important thing. During my absence, I looked at my mail about 2 days ago, and I noticed that I had reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, obviously, in that day and age, it's not that serious of a goal, but to me, it is. So, I decided to get off my lazy bum and provide you with my own Christmas present, providing you all with the peak content you've been waiting for 5 months. And what peak content will I be doing today? I will be doing a review on the most anticipated movie of all time. Transformers Prime Galvatron's Revenge is a fan animation made by Prime Animations on YouTube. I remember 9 years ago when I first saw the opening intro that they made, and back then it was so interesting, it was so different than anything else. I never expected to see that they would make a full-fledged movie out of it. But before I say anything else, I would once again love to thank all of you for getting me to that subscriber goal. I am really trying to do more with this channel, and I will be completely overhauling the entire channel over the past next couple months. That also means you might have to wait another couple months for another video, but I assure you that there will be changes made. I have a really amazing friend that is helping me out with the artwork that you see as right now. We will be working on much other things as well, so hopefully by the time everything's finished, this channel looks polished and actually watchable. I will make sure to link their Twitter down below because they are a beautiful artist and have beautiful artwork, and I implore you to see some of their stuff. Anyway, it is time to officially start the review. Grab some snacks, some water, or some coffee, because you're gonna need it. Transformers Prime Galvatron's Revenge is an interesting thing to watch. I watched the entirety of it with one of my friends, and obviously in this day and age it does not hold up. As everyone you've probably seen on TikTok has said, the animation is kind of wonky, the voice acting is not as ideal as it could be.
Brawl! Vortex! Press forward!
With pleasure.
And there's just a lot of things that are not going for it. Not only that, but they messed up my baby Bruticus! So with everything I'm saying, you probably think I didn't like the animation. I didn't, but that doesn't mean I didn't like it either. After sitting on my bed for 2 hours watching that thing, I was thinking to myself, what else could I have done with those 2 hours? I was really concerned with how I spent my time. But then I thought again. I thought about everything this animation stood for, and I realized it's not as bad as it looks. Yes, the animation isn't good, but that does not mean the movie wasn't good. Think about it like this. This was a fan project. You cannot compare a fan project to the actual thing. Transformers Prime is known as one of the best and most creative Transformer shows that has ever been put on screen. You cannot compare an $8,000 budget project to that. Let me say it again. You cannot compare this to this! What you need to do is compare it to itself. Look at it as its own project. If this was released back in 2016, this would be the peak of fan animations, besides the Minecraft one. If I was a kid in 2016, and I came up on YouTube and saw this on my For You page, I would be watching this every single day, because I would genuinely think this was a great project, and it is in its own concept. It's amazing to see the Heralds of Unicron on screen, next to every other Transformers Prime character. Not only that, but they bring in their own designs as well, with Stinger and Cyclonus, even though his design is interesting. This is a really unique project, And the fact that they had an end credit scene with Shockwave and Predaking, it kind of makes me want to see more. I'm genuinely intrigued to see more of this show. So in this video, I will not look at the bad things, but I will look at the good things in this show. I'll look at the positives, what I can grab that I genuinely enjoyed. For starters, I'm glad this was even a thing. I do not believe that there are many fan animations that are nearly 2 hours long. Fan projects are very hard to do, and they take a lot of time, so it's best to try and make an animation that's, maybe 10 to 30 minutes long. That's the average what I see on YouTube. But this was nearly 2 hours in length. This is a great achievement. It was cool to see all the other Transformers interacting with each other and gaining their own respective personalities. Sure, it was cringy with some of the voice acting, but voice acting is never perfect. I strive to be a voice actor, and there are projects I'm not proud to be in, but I have to work on those because that is what life is about. It's about working on your mistakes and trying to be better than where you were before. Another thing I liked seeing was the fact that they were not just going to stop here. They are actually actively making another episode, and this could possibly be a full-time series for them. It's not often you see a fan animation, especially one of that size, continuously making more and more things. And as much as everyone else is going to trash on it, they are going to watch the next episode as well. They're going to watch it because they're interested to see what happens next, or just trash on the animation again. Whether the case, they're still going to watch it and somewhat enjoy it. Moving on to the things I actually enjoyed in the animation were the Combaticons. This may be a little biased because I'm in love with the Combaticons, but I really do enjoy the fact that they added them. It's a whole new approach to Transformers Prime, and I would have loved to actually see it in the show. I would have loved to see a tremendous threat to the Wreckers via the Combaticons, and Prime Animations made sure to do that. They were able to animate my childhood dream, and I was very excited to see. Obviously, their voices aren't the best.
Miners!
But looking past all that, it was a spectacular thing to see. I liked how they made the Combaticons a genuine threat to the Autobots, and I loved how they shared bad blood with the Wreckers via Wheeljack and Bulkhead. That is something I would have loved to see in the actual Transformers Prime show. Somebody that the Wreckers genuinely despised with all their heart. Somebody like Arachnid to RC. I feel like it was overused a little bit at some points. But still, I really liked how the Combaticons continuously bashed on the other Wreckers, especially Bulkhead. It actually gave this movie a little bit of emotion. And to add more emotion to the story, I enjoyed how they rejuvenated Knockout. I get his eyes and his coloration is a bit different, and that's a really big blow to people's love for him, but I like to see that he's genuinely changing into an Autobot. And when Knockout helped the Viacon and said he didn't want somebody else to be in a position like that, it really showed that he was improving on his life. And I'd love to see that. I'd love to see more of that. I also think they did an excellent job when casting some of these characters, especially Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus, I feel like, had the most similar voice to his original counterpart. I also enjoyed the voices of Springer and Hot Rod. I feel like those were pretty good. Although the hits on RC from Hot Rod and other characters were very unpleasant.
Such wonderful curves wasted on an Autobot.
But overall, it was a decent animation with a unique concept. There are things that can be improved on, of course. The animation can use a little work. I also did not like the Fembot jokes, as I said before. They were very uncomfortable. I did not like how Megatron also joined up with the Decepticons again. I mean, his entire thing was that he didn't want to oppress people anymore. So I feel like they completely destroyed his arc with that. I will not try and critique the voices because it is hard to be a voice impressionist much more than it is to be a voice actor. So I will not say that they have to fire anybody or anything like that. The only voice that really bothered me though was Brawl's. I just couldn't stand it. It's probably because Brawl is my favorite Combaticon, so there's a lot of bias in that. But to be completely honest, it was not a bad fan movie. It was a bad movie, but it was not a bad fan film. I've seen worse with a budget and less screen time. So I would not recommend this movie to many people. but I would suggest that you watch it. If you're the type of person that likes to expand upon the ideas of seeing different characters and different art styles, then go ahead and watch it. I think I've rambled on long enough, so thank you all for watching. Once again, thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and I'll make sure to see you all once again. Before I go, make sure to say something nice to somebody. It might just make their day.